There's some super cool train POV later on in this video. Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome back, it's Jordan here. Today we're going to be having some fun with the LEGO Express passenger train. This set here is 764 pieces. I've had it in my inventory for quite some time, and today I want to build it, and then I want to have it fly around the entire LEGO room. So what I've done is actually pulled out all of my excess track. So I've got like my big bin of flex track, some straight track, curve track, and switch track, and I hope to build some sort of huge circuit for this awesome looking train. Now I'm actually really excited about this train because it offers something different when you compare it to the other LEGO City trains in my collection. Not only does it have the powered up Bluetooth compatible power function, so you can actually drive it around the train track, but it also comes with lights. Super cool. Now, something that always disappoints me in regards to any LEGO train product is the lack of straight track. This one here comes with 8 pieces of straight track and 16 curved tracks. I get it, you gotta create like the oval, a full circuit. But yeah, LEGO just makes it so hard to get straight tracks, and this is just so few. Like, where are you gonna go with that much straight track? You're not gonna go very far, that's for sure. And you can't just buy straight track outright. It is so annoying. This train is pretty cool though. I just want to have a quick look at it here, and then of course we're going to drive it around the LEGO room. It's going to be pretty sweet. This thing is such a weird shape. Like, look at the nose of it. Man, you got like these crazy slopes and this really cool looking windscreen here. It almost looks like futuristic, right? Like, whoa, that is crazy. Now, these two slopes right here in trans blue are actually going to light up. That's where your lights sort of shine through. Such a crazy design. I like the color of it, the lime green and the black. And my favorite part about the locomotive here, like the engine, is how accessible the battery box is. So right here, this is the battery box, and when you press on that green button there, it's going to connect to the Bluetooth receiver. Now this train comes with a remote, of course, and you can also connect it to your phone through the Powered Up app. But this is super cool because in order to operate this train, you need to put batteries in the battery box, and I always despise doing that. I think that LEGO should just make rechargeable ones because they're all about being environmentally friendly with their removal of single-use plastics, etc., but they force LEGO fans to use a copious amount of batteries in any of their products. It is actually insane. They really should have rechargeable stuff. Okay, I'm going to stop talking about rechargeable stuff because I could go on all day about that. But the neat thing about this one is the battery box is super easy to access. So when you constantly have to switch the batteries, look how easy that is. This whole thing just pops out. Then you can see 2 cables there. Those 2 cables connect to the drive wheels on the train, which are right down here. Those are going to make connection with the track and send it flying around. And then it also connects to the lights, which once again are on the front there. And of course, like most trains, these have magnetic couplers, so they're connected by magnets, which is super nice. There's actually 2 different types of cars, and these cars are pretty interesting. Look at that. They're wheelchair accessible. Isn't that neat? We got the double door on this side, and there's another double door on the other side. This one here specifically is for wheelchairs. There's also a little like cafe in there, so it's a place where you can buy some food. It uses some really interesting pieces to create that shape, and you can actually remove the roof panels, of course, to go inside and see some of the basic interior details. There's the little concession stand, I guess I'll call it. The little table there, and then over here is a little place to sit. And of course, you can position a wheelchair minifigure on top of those tan tiles. Speaking of wheelchair minifigs, of course, you get one in this set. I like the fact that he has his backpack on his chest. That's a pretty funny detail there. And then it has like the crazy green wheels. So you can take this minifig and you can pop him in there. There's actually a stud that's open for him, so he can just sit right on top of that stud. And I like the fact that this train is wheelchair accessible. Then, of course, we can grab another one of our minifigures, such as this one here, and she can work the concession stand on the other side. So you got the engine, we got the first car, and there's also another car, and this one, once again, is pretty interesting as well because it has that low access with the double door. But this one isn't for wheelchairs, it's actually for bikes. So once again, you can remove the top there, which you can see actually has some cool lights on it. These like curved slopes on the end. So we can remove that. They don't actually light up, they're just trans red pieces. You got another place to sit right there. You'll see those two modified 1x1s on the wall there with like the bar elements. Well, that's where you can put a bike, and there's actually two of them. There's one on this side as well, and another place to sit. But you can take another minifigure that comes with this set, comes with a bicycle, and you can put the bike on that little rack there. Here's our cyclist with the magenta bike and magenta helmet. Comes with a pretty cool torso that says sport on the back. And this bike here actually has some bags on the back. They're pretty cool. You can remove that guy there, and you can take the bike and you can put those bags downward and just sort of hook the bike onto the rack spot, and that's going to hold it in place. So you can actually put bikes inside the train. The cyclist, the concession stand worker, and also the gentleman with the wheelchair. That's 3 of the 6 minifigures that this set comes with. There's also this one here. I love her torso. Super cool. Nice pink hair as well. Comes with a phone element there. And there's this lady with like the, I don't know, I'm going to call it like a school coat, I guess. And then I believe the train driver. I guess you can cycle them between the concession stand and also the locomotive of the train. Now, this is disappointing right here. This is so lame. Like, oh man, this is so bad. Like, I just feel like this little train station or platform is just terrible, in my opinion. I do like this sticker element there and this tree and the bench, but I feel like this could use a few more details. I think this train retails for 250 Canadian dollars. Although with that said, that does include the price of the power functions and lights. So you can very easily just connect our train by pushing the green button on the top there. It should connect to my phone, just like so. And once it's connected, I'll be able to control this train. I can turn on the lights by pressing this button right here. There we go, lights on, lights off, lights on. Lights on, lights off. Oh, there's 2 different brightnesses. Oh, that's cool. I didn't realize that. So look at that. Super bright, off, on, bright. Ooh, that's actually really neat. Okay. And then, what's there, different sounds and stuff? Yeah, different sounds. Just like all the other trains on the mobile app. And then we can control the speed of it, but I don't really want to drive it off my table. Okay, I think it's time to set up a track, because there's not much track here on my table. Uh-oh, that's a recipe for disaster. The express passenger train has this massive nose, and I don't think it's going to be able to run throughout the Lego City on the ground line, simply because it's not going to be able to make it past the telepost. Yeah, it sort of collides with that skyscraper that I built. So it might not run there. However, it could potentially run on the raised line, and maybe we'll try that later on in this video. Now, I did create a massive circuit of track, and it goes everywhere in the Lego room. So it goes on the carpeted area, underneath the tables, and then extends all the way over here toward the shelving as well. So I'm excited to run it on that track, and also I'm going to hook up a POV camera to the train so we can see it from a first-person point of view going throughout the Lego room. All right, it's time to get the train fired up on this massive section of track. Like, it is actually crazy. I used all of my flex track, so it's a bit of a bumpy ride. I also used a lot of my curve track and all of my switches, because my switches, or switches in general, are 2 straight tracks long. So why not use them to try and get rid of some of those weird curves? But it's pretty fun having big train layouts, even if they're just on the floor. Like, whatever, it's cool having these things zooming around the Lego room. So in addition to seeing it like this, we're also going to get some POV shots. I've figured out a way to mount my 360 camera like between the train cars, so it's super cool. Look at that, it even goes behind the Winter Village here, right behind the ski slope. Curves around by some of the Star Wars UCS sets, and then zooms past the Eiffel Tower on all the different flex track. Alright, now it's time to take a look at the POV shots with the 360 camera passing the Technic sets, the Lego Creator Expert vehicles, the Batmobilia, and heading into the Star Wars Nook, passing the Cat D11 and some Winter Village miscellaneous stuff, the Death Star, and the Eiffel Tower. Oh yeah, this is definitely pretty cool. We get to see the Lego room from a different perspective from the floor from a train. Never thought I'd be saying that. Look at that guy sitting in the corner there. Yeah, rock on. There's my parts as well. Some people have been asking me what kind of drawers I use. I use the Sterilite drawers. We're going to zip underneath the table now, and you can see some spare parts on the right and some investment sets on the left. Also, the castle on the right, the Simpsons house, the Home Alone house, the mansion, the old train yard stuff, a train graveyard to the right, also a TV. We're going to spin the other way because this is a 360 camera. So cool. We're going to see all of the same stuff, just going the opposite direction. So originally, we were being towed by the train and we were sort of forward facing. Now we're backward facing. We can see those cars. I sort of put this custom built car between the engine and the passenger cars, and I just built some bricks on it, and I just slid my camera in there. Similar to what I've done with the GoPro in the past, but this time I'm doing it with my 360 camera, which is so cool. I think we can do so many cool things with this camera in the Lego room. It's just a matter of me learning and taking the time to, once again, learn how to use this camera to its maximum potential. I used it snowboarding. It was epic, and I want to do some more stuff in the Lego room. I did do a POV shot in the Lego City, and now I'm doing it with trains. So I did try to operate this train in the Lego City, but unfortunately, it was too large, and I didn't want to modify the train, nor do I want to modify the city. So because that didn't work, I decided, you know what? Let's put the little wagon that I created on the high-speed passenger train on the raised line, and let's get it zooming around the Lego City just so we can see it from a different perspective as well. This was super cool. I didn't think I would be doing this today, but it's neat, man. Like, this camera is wild. Just getting the 360 view from the train. That is so neat. So we can see all of the back sides of the buildings, the red roller coaster, the haunted house, the haunted mansion, also the carousel, the loop coaster as we're entering into the amusement park now, the double Disney castle with the nice lake going around the bottom of it there, the Ferris wheel, the other trains in my collection, that's the Hogwarts Express and the Disney Castle, and then of course we've got that beautiful garden with the Avengers Tower in the background, the Brick Bank, the Grand Emporium, the Farmer's Market. Oh, we're going so fast. We're passing everything. Oh my gosh. Don't worry. We're going to do another loop, and I'm going to be able to change the waypoints in the camera so we can see different things in the city as we do that. So there's the zoo there, also the mountain, and now we're sort of facing toward the backside of the train. You can see the airstrip and some of the castles as well, the medieval jousting, and then the Sanderson sisters cottage on the top there along with the blacksmith. Gonna pass by the amusement park again. Got that double Disney castle. You will see like a seam sometimes. That's because the camera has a camera on the front and a camera on the back. So there's a seam where those two cameras sort of merge. But this technology is, I don't know if I've told you this, but it's wild. There's that skyscraper that's covering up the telepost. We're going to look forward now. Take a look at the beach there on the left-hand side. Also the residential building. Those red roofs really pop. And we got the school, the Venetian houses there. Once again, the zoo, and I'm going to keep it sideways here, and we're going to have a look at that airstrip as we whip by it and some of those castles again. So there we go, everybody. Thank you so much for coming on by. I think this new train is pretty cool, but unfortunately it cannot fit anywhere in my Lego City. Maybe in a future layout, and I hope to do more with this 360 camera in the future. Have yourselves a great day, and farewell.